an initiative by Entrepreneurship Development Cell MIT WPU School of Management.
Hello, guys! Welcome to the Uncut Colloquy. This is our first podcast, and we both, Dhriti and Garima, are very excited to tell you about every crazy fact related to entrepreneurship and trends that you must know about. Our goal is to motivate you every second and throw some light on entrepreneurial market. This is the perfect platform for you if you are planning to become an entrepreneur. So, Garima, what do you think is the difference between a businessman and an entrepreneur? Let me tell you, a man who buys lemon and mint and sells it as it is a businessman, while a man who buys lemons and mints, adds sugar to it, presents it well, and sells them in the form of a mojito is known as entrepreneur. An entrepreneur is an individual who creates a new business bearing most of the risk and enjoying most of the rewards, as he knows a little of something but lots of everything, loves starting things rather than delegating them to others.
That was such a perfect example you have quoted, Dhriti, and I agree to this. Behind every adversity is an opportunity. If you limit over the adversity, you will miss the opportunity. And when you find an idea that you just can't stop thinking about, that's probably a good one to pursue. And hence, guys, this is really very clear that entrepreneurial spirit has been within us humans since ages. From walking on our feet to discovering the fire, humans have evolved in beautiful ways, believe it or not. And the first drastic shift in entrepreneurship took place during the agricultural revolution, which occurred about 12,000 years ago, and when gradually villages and towns started developing close to the fertile lands, and there was no longer the need for everyone to be directly involved with the food production, and therefore a small number of farmers handled the production activities, whereas others focused on other tasks and some other activities. So there was also this was also when human discovered the importance of delegation.
What a great insight! And I was not really aware about the discovery and revolution that you told about. So, members of this society could exchange useful commodities for food by practicing in various professions. They were the first entrepreneurs of human culture. Hunting and gathering, fishing, tool making, cloth making, and other specializations were common. As time progressed, new areas of specialization arose, and early pioneers worked in sectors such as pottery, carpet, wool making, masonry, etc.
Yeah, perfectly right, Dhriti. And I would also like to add to it a little bit more. The trading of weapons was something that held great significance during the early times. Iron was discovered around 2000 BC, and the civilization that controlled iron was able to dominate over the other civilizations because of the competitive advantage. And this led to the rise of world's first empires, including Alexander the Great's empire, the Han Chinese empire, and many others. So this is precisely how the word entrepreneur and entrepreneurship came into existence.
So, what a beautiful history entrepreneurship has. Coming into the present, in the current situation, people tend to be entrepreneurs rather than work under someone else. This pattern has most evident among millennials who do not want to ascend the C-suite, which comprise the CEO, CFO, and COO. Rather, they want to start their own companies and be entrepreneurs. The primary reason for this shift in career goals is that millennials are eager to forge their own path because they believe that their efforts in traditional ones will be in vain. Furthermore, when it comes to working for a company, they then tend to see chaos, mistrust of management, contract violations, and bad news. After all, they have seen relatives being fired out of the blue or colleagues spending their whole life in a cubicle. Entrepreneurs are those who do not choose to perform a conventional 9 to 5 job. Having your own business is great, but what are the various opportunities available in today's world?
These were some really amazing insights, Dhriti. And talking about entrepreneurs and entrepreneurship, they do really have a lot and abundant of opportunities available with them for the coming future ahead. And also, I'm very sure that some young entrepreneurs listening to us must be really ready to ignite with their ideas. And talking about diversification, from focusing on niche product and service offerings to collaborations and outsourcings, entrepreneurs have adopted various means to remain relevant for their millennial consumer base. This decade is hopefully going to see a new trend of diversification where entrepreneurs are increasingly opting for multiple businesses that are not only diversified in nature but are also independent and even drastically separate from the main business. So it helps in gaining present great returns along with the greater business opportunities, which will help them to tide over a slowdown at an industry or an economy level. So this is also a very famous concept of serial entrepreneurship coming into the trend rapidly.
Since here we are talking about millennials and the trends, how can we forget digitization and automation? So, despite the fact that technology is pervasive across industries, digitization and automation of business process are being adopted more quickly, even by small startups and entrepreneurs. Until a few years ago, adapting to the recent technology driven processes was considered to be a high priced luxury which only huge companies could afford. However, this notion has changed, and now digitization has become an integral part of business operations no matter what the industry. It is no longer considered a luxury, even small businesses are acquainted with it easily. Don't you think, Garima?
Obviously, yes, Riti, and there is no point where I can disagree to this fact that digitization and automation has really brought a great change in the economy. When we talk about the technology is upgrading regularly, and it is really benefiting the every each and every sector of the economy. So, talking about LPG, again linking to this liberalization, privatization, and globalization and entrepreneurship, how does this link? And this is really an important concept we should talk about. So, entrepreneurship in the country has been on the upswing since the wave of liberalization came into existence in Indian economy in 1991. Some of the most respected companies in the business community today are considered to be children of liberalization. Contemporarily, globalization is regarded as one of the most comprehensive forces that shaped the modern world. It led to a massive increase and facilitation of worldwide trade and exchanges in the increasingly open, integrated, and borderless international economy. The participation of developing countries in the globalization wave created an opportunity for them to better utilize their comparative advantages through entrepreneurs. So, the data of the countries classified by the UNDP country classification system shows that globalization has a positive impact on entrepreneurial activities. We all can clearly see that entrepreneurship is really very helpful, and it is helped by the liberalization, privatization, and globalization.
Obviously, yes. So, as we are talking about globalization here, I think globalization would not have been possible without internet. And internet has been really grateful for entrepreneurship. The internet has a huge impact on entrepreneurial ventures, and it is becoming increasingly important in improving business in the global economy. Although using the internet has its drawbacks, if entrepreneurs can figure out how to solve these issues, they'll be able to better manage their businesses. Information will be updated more quickly, and people will be able to connect more easily. As a result, entrepreneurs who understand how to control and use the internet will have a lot of success in their business.
Right, and I completely agree once again with you, Dhriti, that internet has really helped entrepreneurship in its growth and development. So it is really clear that entrepreneurs really do need to understand how to control and make the best use of internet, so that they will surely get success in their businesses. So talking about internet, it has really helped entrepreneurs to come up with new business ideas and opportunities, and this can be clearly related to a recent example. Of course, it must be coming into your minds as well. The impact of COVID-19 I'll talk about. So the impact of COVID-19 on entrepreneurs and entrepreneurship in general, if we talk about, COVID has undoubtedly taken the world through a storm, and let alone affecting the economy in drastic ways. Talking about India's gross domestic product GDP, which contracted 23.9% in the first quarter of the financial year 2020 to 2021, has been its lowest in 24 years, and this was according to the government's data. The startup ecosystem of India runs on a regular inflow of capital that contributes to the revenue generated and the value attained in the minds of investors. So, given the current situation or the current scenario, if we talk about when the customership has suddenly disappeared during the COVID-19, these budding business houses has had a very little scope to reach out for help and survive in their business. So, but apart from the negatives, this has been a golden time for the entrepreneurs, as it gave rise to numerous different business opportunities to grab. Just to state a remarkable example, startup has recently launched an Indian language voice solution for the banking industry. One of their solutions was which speeds up the process of creating, launching and optimizing a website in multiple languages at low cost, was developed by Government of India during the peak COVID-19 months to translate and publish the MyGov COVID-19 page in 10 Indian languages. So this was really helpful to the lot of people around who could get the insights from the page, and also it was helpful for the government to connect to more of the people and deliver more of the information very easily and effectively. So the customer shift to online services is no longer limited to just text based input. Companies have found that many of these new internet users are more comfortable with the voice than text, and even you and me, every one of us must be using it. So hence they are turning to voice based solution to deal with non English speaking customers. So it becomes very easy and effective to talk in one's own language, and to learn and to grab the information instantly.
Indeed, COVID 19 has impacted us all. But you know what, Garima, what inspired me most is that one thing about entrepreneurs is that they're resilient in nature and they always try to put their best foot forward. Though the things might be looking glum right now, the situation is surely expected to improve in due course of time. All the small ventures, entrepreneurs will bounce back with more energy and passion. The present scenario of entrepreneurs is bright, but the future is brighter. So, moving forward, let's look at the plethora of opportunities we have in the upcoming times.
Wow, that was really fun. I mean, we got to know about so many different things. We understood what entrepreneurship really means, all the aspects of it, and man, it indeed is a really interesting topic to talk about, Dhriti. All the relevant facts, figures, data, the current scenario, the past, and the future. I'm really loving it.
Exactly. The whole journey of how it started years ago with just a mere exchange of obsidian rocks now, where we look forward to enjoying space tourism. It was really enthralling.
Yeah, but that's it for today's episode, and I'm sure you all must be really excited as we are for our next episode to come.
So, we'll be coming back with a new episode really soon.
So till then,
Stay tuned and keep hustling.